Now, let me turn to cover some deal specifics and answer some of the questions I've heard from many of you. First, at close, we expect $77.5 million in cash. This is approximately $35 million from the asset, which will be netted down somewhat at closing for working capital and inventory. $27.5 million from the Farnesene non-refundable license, and $15 million in first-year minimum guaranteed value share. This is the upfront consideration. We expect this cash to more than support our short-term cash needs and continue to support our pathway to sustainability without raising cash through dilutive means. We expect to have the cash on hand to achieve profitability as a company, and the combination of the value share payments and our overall collaboration portfolio is expected to support cash break-even performance for our company. In other words, the cash from our value share arrangements and the current collaboration payments are enough to meet all of our cash outlays for the foreseeable future. We will use excess cash to support any necessary equity investment into the 2 new factories and pay down debt as needed. Secondly, from this $77.5 million, we are expecting $30 to $40 million as revenue. This is from the $27.5 million license fee and some of the $15 million of the guaranteed minimum value share payment for the first year. The $27.5 million license, point 3, is the same $27.5 million we referenced in the earnings call that was part of a multi-agreement transaction. We couldn't identify DSM at the time of the earnings call since the overall agreement wasn't executed at that time. Our fourth point, we have an additional $18.5 million in guaranteed payments above the $77.5 million that will be received in 2018 and 2019. These are the guaranteed components of the minimum value share for each of those years. In addition to the $96 million guaranteed cash payments, we also have 2 components of what is expected to be in the low double-digit millions of additional value to be paid as they are realized. These payments are related to Farnesene cost performance targets over the next 3 years and potential tax credit realization benefits that will be paid to Amyris as they are realized in the future by DSM. Sixth point, we have a value share structure consistent with most of our other product relationships where we earn a percentage of the profit on certain products produced at Brotas over the next 8 years. For 2018, this is expected to be above $30 million at current product market prices. The 7th point, we expect a $15 to $20 million cash benefit from receivables and reduction of working capital requirements with DSM as the owner of Brotas and Amyris as the buyer of and reseller of products with 90-day payment terms. Our 8th point of the detail, we will be transferring the plant debt-free and will pay about $12 million to eliminate all our remaining debt on the plant. We expect that most of this amount will be offset by Amyris keeping the accounts receivable and DSM taking on the accounts payable of Amyris Brazil. My 9th and final detail point, and on an unrelated note in regards to our share count, we currently have